They are on a mission to create a community where folks are not just customers, but cherished friends. And they are doing it with their bagel business. Good Judys Bagels owners Jeffrey and Dakota Thomas Wilhelm are with us today. Welcome.
Thank you.
Awesome. Well, I'm smelling the goodness that you guys have put in front of us here today. Before we get into the specifics on the bagels, tell me a little bit about Good Judys Bagels and where that all came from.
So we started about a year ago at this point. I had quit my job, kind of wanted to do something different, and I wanted a coffee shop, but in order to make that viable, it needed something special. So this town kind of needed bagels. Found that out pretty quick, and then kind of went from there.
That is awesome. How long ago was that?
Last July.
Awesome. So you guys are fairly new business, but
yes,
things are going strong. I mean, word is getting out, and I can see why. You tell us about where we can find you and where you guys have been operating.
So we are at the Champaign Market on Tuesdays, downtown Champaign, from 3 to 6, and the Urbana Market at the Square on Saturday from 7 to noon.
That is awesome. Love the farmers markets.
Yes, very fun.
Big fan of that whole thing during the summer and throughout the year, in the winter even, over inside. Tell me a little bit about the bagels and what makes them so special.
So I boil bagels. I'm not sure of a lot of places in town that do that, but that's the way I learned, and I was like, okay, I'm gonna be authentic with this. So I make up the dough, it refrigerates for 24 hours, and then they get boiled for a minute and then baked for like 20 or so minutes.
So Jeff, you're the baker.
Yep, I am the baker guy.
That's awesome. And would you are these considered like artisan bagels, or what? I mean, boiled bagels. I mean, that sounds like we're getting into like the high-end New York territory there.
It is based off of a New York style bagel recipe, so yeah, artisan.
Awesome, I love it. Now, Dakota, tell me a little bit about the future plans of your business, because I know you guys are at the markets now, but you have plans to expand.
Yes, thankfully. So yeah, we currently, like we said, we're at the Champaign and Urbana farmers markets, but hopefully later this fall, before it gets too cold out, we'll be opening a storefront on the southeast side of Urbana.
Well, congratulations. Getting that brick and mortar. That's a big deal.
Yes.
And then your bagels are going to be available or not available, depending on how fast they go every single day.
Yes.
That's awesome. Well, let's talk about the goodness, the bounty that is in front of us. What's on the menu here today?
So what we have here today, in this box up here, we have everything, garlic and sea salt, plain, sesame, and then over here we have, I guess these would be more like my creation. So I have a honey oat, which I mix in a homemade granola into this bagel dough, and then I put a honey syrup on top of it when I bake it. And these are Java chip bagels. I replace some of the water in the bagel dough recipe with espresso shots brewed from Columbia Street coffee. And then I put dark chocolate chips in there.
You just brought a whole new meaning to coffee and a bagel.
Yes. Yeah, I actually sold some yesterday, and someone's like, "Oh, this is perfect for the morning." I was like, "Yeah, 2 in 1."
So that's my jam right there.
Yes.
That's awesome. And then on the plates, is it more of the same, or?
Yep, the same. Kind of what I had left over from baking this morning, because I wanted to provide some fresh bagels for you guys. So I have the everything plain Java chip and the honey oat, and then also in the front here, we have some of our chips. So we have our blueberry chips and our original. We also make everything, cinnamon sugar.
Yeah, I think that's kind of
those are the main ones that people like. So those are,
That is awesome. Well, we really appreciate you guys coming here today.
For sure.
Good luck on the brick and mortar, as that's coming up. Super exciting. Love the growth of new business, especially when it comes to food. And when we're done here, I'm going to definitely snag a couple of those coffee bagels.
Yes.
Appreciate it, you guys. Thanks so much. For more information on Good Judys Bagels and where you can find them and try them, we're going to connect to you on our website after today's show.